have a lady sitting up the wheel which would turn when you close the nose, when you pull, just push it. Yeah? The lower jaw has to be free because when you go for an impulse without a bit, you connect to the horse's nose, and the horse's nose you are directly connected to the pole. So there is no TMJ filter. When you have a bit, you have the TMJ in between. And this finally enables you to have a steady contact. If you ride in an impulse system to the nose, you ride impulse and not steady contact. This means contact, thank you. Neck reining, thank you. Yeah? So your zero is a tiny, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you know more, but a little bit a loose rein. So the weight of the rein is more or less the contact. But it is not the same contact we go for, which we want to elevate the rib cage and get more suspension. Yeah? But we will see what Taylor will present in a minute. So my suggestion is, Taylor, if this is okay for you, you do a little, I think you warmed up outside a little bit, so you do your warm-up work, and as you are used to it, and then if something comes to my mind, I add it. Yeah, but in this bridle, with this saddle, and with your stirrups, you are in the impulse world. This is not contact back up constantly. I know that you have out from the cowboy world, we have the term, I am backing my horse up.
Now it's tracking.
And when you say this, what are you thinking about?
It's tracking now.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was pointing back.
But if you translate these two words to German and back to English, back up, what does it mean? Why should a cowboy say, I back up? He could say, head down. You know, why does he say back up? Because if you go for an impulse release, and you push the haunches under, the rib cage comes up. This is what they use to elevate the trunk. And we want exactly this, the contact, the steady contact, sort of holds it this way. And the horse stay up. When a horse runs into a loose rein, into a jog, the back goes down again. So the horse comes up, let's sink. Comes up, let's sink. Yeah? This is a different culture. This is not the question if one thing is better or bad. No, it's just a different culture. A cowboy in the old days spent 5, 6, maybe 8 hours, I have no idea, in the saddle, working cows. This horse cannot stay up in the rib cage all the time and trot like a horse in the Spanish riding school. He has to be efficient. Yeah, a very no suspension phase, jog. And this is, of course, the balance. A bullfighting horse in Spain, in Portugal, here's the connection. A cutting horse in America needs. Okay. So then there are more differences. Then there is, of course, you can give us some information maybe later or in a minute what you think about this bending. Yeah, I can tell you what people in Colorado told me. I had a clinic and I had a few cowboys in my clinic and they gave me some information. I just took it. I don't know if it's correct. Huh? So, but you can see that Taylor, she has not too long stirrups, but she has longer stirrups as I would recommend it if I want to balance my horse. Taylor has a little bit bend in the neck. Yeah? This is a point I would love to discuss with her. So, yeah? We would not bend the neck, not a quarter inch more than the horse would bend in the ribs. So This means we would start over with an absolutely straight horse, and then we would start to soften the horse in the ribs. We can try. If you would love to go for this, I could help you, and you can try how I guess you get more swing then. The question is if you want it. Yeah? If a cowboy works cattle, he does not want a swing. He wants to sit still. So if you are a person who thinks about Western dressage and you want more elasticity and a bigger swing, you probably might fall in love with this idea. So you can see there are many points you have to think about. You cannot. Both cultures need a beautiful seat. She has a wonderful, elegant upright position. This is the seat I would wish my riders had. Yeah? I always say a dressage rider should be in a Western barn 1 year for internship to learn independent seat. Because most of the dressage people hang on the horse's back. Yeah? So, how old is your horse? You don't know. Right.
8, yeah.
8. In this barn, all horses are 8. I ask for the age, and they say usually 8. I have different barns in Germany. They always say 12. How long do you have her? So she was screen broke, or was she broke? Was she? Was she on the saddle when you got her?
No.
You started her.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful horse.
Thank you. No, she's come a long way. So I've had her under. I started under saddle 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I want to do what's going to benefit her the most. We do work cattle in a.
Have you ever had a bit in her mouth? Okay,
no.
it's a question. Huh?
Yeah, sure.
If you want to play with the Spanish genes more and you want to get the back a little bit more up, I would try a soft, nice, friendly snaffle bit. Because I don't know if you got it. The difference is here you communicate directly with the ball. Yeah, there's no T&J involved. Of course, if you do the right thing, you get a chewing mouth. I am aware of this. But you do not communicate with the lower jaw, but with the nose. So this means everything you do on the reins goes directly into the paw. And this is why you cannot just hold on the reins. You give an impulse, release. Impulse, release. You tell her, it's similar to a half-halt in a remedial horse. You tell her, hey, wait for me, thank you. And the more she runs, the more you give. So that because a racing horse, if you want to slow it down, you give the reins. You give the reins a bit slower. Yeah? Okay? So, I just jump a little bit in your brain and we put some ideas in you and you check out if you like it or not. So, put her to a not too small circle first. It's interesting that she turns on the haunches already. I think this is okay. I like it. So we go for and try to give her as good as you can do so a straight attitude. So from the tail through the back into the paw, a nice straight spine. So and then stay with a very smart outside hand. In a way you tell her, hey, stay straight, thank you, stay straight, thank you. So we would call this the leading rein. Most cowboys call the inside rein the leading rein. Yeah? So because you lead the horse in the direction you go. But we lead the horses with the rider turns on the outside rein. So when you have the horse straight and your outside rein gives definition to the horse's body line, shape, the straightness, your inside leg starts to massage a little bit in the ribs. So if she's okay with it, no spur, your leg brings some pressure and you soften. You put your leg on and you soften. If you can hold her straight while you do this, perfect. Of course, it's with a bozal, it's very difficult because you don't have outside and the inside. You have one point of contact. Okay? So, but you have at least the rein can is lying on the outside neck, and this rein can sort of point into the direction you ride. So you want what you go for is a straight horse, accepting your inside calf, and your calf, your leg, your thigh is soft. Your calf tells the horse, "Hey, soften, thank you." So you behave like a massage therapist. This is the first. You behave as if you want to bend. The horse is not bendable yet in the classical sense, because you need her. Yeah, you need. I just wanted to say you need her low in the top line, and you need her in a contact. So on the reins to the mouth. So TMJ, lower jaw. But we try. I'm not super experienced. I know a little bit because I have a cowboy friend, and he tells me. So and then you do this a little bit. Your leg is on. There might be, if she accepts it, 15, 20 pounds of pressure, and you hold a piece of paper. And you touch her with the leg, soft but solid, and you're off again. Yeah, so it's like a massage. A good massage therapist gives you to the back. Massage, soften. And if you feel okay, change direction. Do the same thing to the other side. Keep her straight, put your leg on. And we go for this a few minutes, and then you check on the trot. This might change your trot already a little bit. Yeah? So, straight horse. We do not start to think about bend on the horse's mouth, on the reins. We go. There's a saying in the old masters' culture. They say we don't bend in the first year. We want the neck to drop. We want the neck to become one with the trunk. We want the horse rhythmic forward into the bit with a soft contact, chewing mouth. And then when the horse takes both reins the same and is straight, then we start to bend on the inside leg. And Steinberg, if you have the maximum bend a horse's skeleton can give you, you are on high school collection. Then you have the piaffe, the passage, the levade, and the horse starts to sit on the haunches. So collection goes parallel to the grade of bend you can get in the horse's ribs. So leg on, like a massage guy. This is a strong horse. You might have to ask a little bit more, and you soften again. Super friendly. Your leg is on like a hug. So if you hug your husband or your boyfriend, he might be close. Yeah. Normally when the guys are not here, I say hug George Clooney. And if they are here, of course you hug the husbands. Legs on. Yeah. And the fact why we do this, all resistances we are dealing with are hidden in the horse's trunk, and only your leg can make the horse soft. Oh, no, I would say not only. You have another technical tool, which is forward. If you are really forward, you know this. If you gallop your horse on a big field or outside in whatever, in a wide open area, after 10 minutes, 15 minutes gallop, you have a wonderful soft trot. So forward is one of the technical elements, and what we try now here, because we don't have room for a big gallop, we try to get this effect, to explore the effect of the legs. So you could take your outside leg, bring her in to a turn of the haunches. You just slow her down with the bullseye a little bit, tell her wait for me, turn. Then take the inside leg, put her to a 10-meter circle to the right, to the right. So your left leg brings her over, you have your left leg. Now open the turn, walk straight, turn right, put your leg on again. Straight horse, leg on, inside leg. Yeah? Your outside leg closes the horse a little bit, your inside leg softens it. Good. Yeah? And if the horse, she looks quite cool, now don't be shy to say you're a tough lady. Put 15, 20 pounds of pressure for a moment. Pressure, and you soften. And you come back, and you soften. And suddenly the horse will show you paw flexion to the inside. Suddenly you see the paw. Suddenly you might see a chewing mouth. Suddenly you get a flipping crest, which is the entrance to the bend. Yeah? And you can play left and right. Change, take the other side, maybe change direction by a turn of the haunches again, a walk period, and then you open the door to the right, go straight, good. Frame her a little bit on the outside rein, so give her an idea of straightness on the outside rein. Perfect, and apply your inside leg as if this was a medicine. Solid, soft. Yeah? And you can see the habit in the horse's neck and the horse's paw. Yeah? There's already a change. She came in with quite a high neck position. The neck goes down. Yeah? And if you talk, so limit this with the outside leg, outside rein, outside leg. It is easier if you have a soft snaffle bit, because then you have a clear outside aid. On the Ozark, it's a little bit, you can compare it, if I can trust my friend, you can, from the meaning, you can compare it with the curb bit. It's like, it's flexing the paw only. Also, one of your curb bits with the long shanks, they have one meaning only, flex the paw. You should never use a curb bit to influence the mouth unilaterally. Yeah, this is why we have two bits. We have a snaffle bit and a curb bit when we ride in the full bridle. So, and the paw flexion, the bending, is produced by the snaffle bit. The curb bit is only for the paw flexion. This is why you would use a curb bit only if the paw is soft. Never use a curb bit as long as the paw has resistances, because then you get a stiff paw or a horse behind the bit, but not to the bit. So, I would say time has come, if you can do so. I don't know the horse. Go for a little tiny, slow jog-like trot. And if you can do so, sit the trot. If it's okay for your horse. Very little. If she starts to run, walk again. And if she's fine, yeah. You want one thing. Stay on my seat. And now, you would tell her, wait for me, give big. Probably the neck would fall as well as yes. And you have the first blow, the first bouquet of flowers. And you have the softest seat in the world, the heaviest seat on the planet, super friendly, yeah. And in our world, I would tell you, I don't know if it works with the saddle, but you try to frame your horse softly with your legs. It's similar to walk, but less first, yeah? Because she would probably run. If you put both legs on, she would run away. So you would tell her first, hey, stay with me, allow me to hug your rib cage. Come back to walk, just inhale, sit. Beautiful, well done. Straight horse to the quarter inch, leg on. You could add now some heel turn a little bit to one side. In our world, super slow. It is not a cowboy needs he needs maneuver, if I say it right. Yeah, a cow is coming. He needs a quick horse. There's no time to think about the single step. He needs a horse to pass, side pass, turn, yeah, and so on. So it's a completely different idea. We use every single step to connect. So when I ride a leg yield or later a shoulder in, or a turn on the haunches, my leg says, I want your hind leg. Thank you. Give me another. Thank you. So you ask for a step, soften. Ask for a step, soften. The proof that you do the right thing is the chewing mouth. The horse starts to chew. Buck Brenneman said, when he has a finished horse, after 2.5 years of training, the mouth is calm. They have no chewing anymore. This is because they have no swing in the back. Back is calm. There's no vertical swing anymore. The back is absolutely calm. We want a high swing, but a soft swing, because this is a synonym for suspension, swoop, cadence, the brilliance in the movement. Yeah. So if you want a higher movement, you need a chewing mouth. This is a difference, yeah? So, yeah? Go for a leg yield somewhere, very slow. Your goal is to move your jaw. Step, thank you. Step, thank you. Step, thank you. Ask for the step, release. Ask for the step, release. Good job. If she did well, jog on. Sit a few steps. Good. And now sit down, sit vertical, don't lean forward. She's strong enough, you can sit. Yeah, sit vertical. Just jog on, sit down. As if you had a bottle of red wine or half bottle of whiskey for lunch. The nicest, softest, most relaxed seat. Just sit. And then with your hands tell her, hey, wait for me. Thank you very much. And you give a bigger release. Thank you very much. And a bigger release. And then in the moment you give, the neck will fall. Wow. This would be so interesting to see this horse in a snaffle bit. This would be so cool. One day we do it.
I have one in the trailer.
You want to take it? But she never had it. So maybe you have to make her used to it a little bit first. Next time, then we try it, yeah? Good, yeah? So your hand saying, I'm here, please, I need your attention, thank you very much. And then give 5 inches if you want. Come back, do the same thing. Control the tempo a little bit and give again. And in our world, as soon as you give, quick enough, you have the right timing, the neck is forward. This is what you want. You want a top line on wither slap. So about wither slap, straight neck. This means the neck is connected to the back. I stay with my opinion. She's a sweet little horse. I like this horse. She has, for our work, she has quite a good hind leg. I agree that there is Spanish blood. I'm really surprised how she accepts the Western side. She's a good girl. Because she has a swing, yeah? The more swing you have, the more difficult it is for the horse to stay under this Californian Western side. Is this famous bill, my new friend?
Yes.
Say it again.
Is it because the bars of the Western saddle extend longer than
Yes, and the construction inside is constructed to, how can I say, if a cow is pulling on the saddle horn, you don't want a foot. We have a gullet. If our saddle connected with a gullet would have a saddle horn, hi Bill, the horse would pull on the gullet only. This would be a focal pressure to the withers. So this construction divides this pressure of the horse, of the cow pulling on the horn to the whole back. And the construction of the saddle is made to sort of get the whole back involved in this process. The weight and the pull of the cow. And a tree gives more freedom to the swing of the back because you have a curve. Yeah? Yeah? And if you have a horse with suspension, if you have a warm blood with a lot of movement, put a Western saddle on, they walk like a 3-year-old guy who shit in the trousers. Yeah? they don't know how to move. They dive in the haunches. They don't know where to go. We want a high swing. Yes. Good job. Yeah, you get it. Look at this. If you can do so, post the trot for a moment. Lengthen strides a little bit. Yeah, post it a little. I would post for a moment. Yes. Keep your legs softly on her. Yes. And the more you get the legs on, one meaning of the lower leg on the horse. So legs on the horse. This is different. Yeah, in the Western, the cowboy would give the horse a little bounce, a little poke, a little impulse, and would take the leg off. We have our legs on. Good job. Yeah? Because we want the rib cage up and we want the horse to the bit, steady. Solid, steady contact. So we want elevation neck low, what you have now, and the horse to the bit. If you feel okay, change direction on the line of your choice. I am sure that this is a horse. I'm not so experienced. I don't know if this horse could be a perfect Western horse in one of the countless disciplines. I even don't know all the disciplines, but I'm sure there's some discipline this horse would fit in. But I can tell you one thing, this horse could be a little dressage horse. Huh? This is a horse you could balance. Huh? Because, okay, now we were disconnected. You need to do striptease so that I can hear you. Emily knows how it works. So very well done. Yeah? So it was really impressive now how calm she was and how she would drop her neck. So the difference is, and I have to bring my stupid little sentence I use many times again. It is hard, as you know, as a lady, to be a little bit pregnant. So you have to make a decision. If you finally want to stay in the impulse system, or if you want to ride in a contact with a different balance. This decision is made if you stay in this bullseye, maybe later, can you before you take or you switch to a bit. If you want a contact and lengthen strides, shorten strides, bend on your leg, collect your horse later in a classical sense, or if you want to ride a sliding stop one day. This is completely different. The sliding stop is a sort of collection, but as soon as the horse stands and the horse goes again, the croup is high again. A horse in collection stays in the flexion of haunches as long as you piaffe, as you go in a collected trot, as you are in a half pass. So this is a decision. And this horse gives you the possibility to make this decision because you have the choice, in my eyes, to make her more a classical horse, following the old masters. Yeah? The attitude, your beautiful seat, would fit in any world, if you know what I mean. Yeah? This is a wonderful seat. Her leg is in a good position. Perfect. Yeah? So it's a decision, and I would give this horse a try. How she feels with the snaffle bit. You do the same thing. You have a super soft hand. You communicate a little bit. You organize. You wouldn't do many things different. When you go for classical, keep her straight. This is the only thing. I would not bend the neck. I would keep her straight, and my leg would massage there and work on the rib cage until the horse's paw flexes and the mouth is coming. And then you take this into trot. Okay. So, how is your canary? Yeah. So you show me a little bit how your canary work looks like, and then. Yeah. You do what I'm anyhow surprised. But this horse is 2 years on the saddle and 8-9 years old, 8 years of course, and already so, let's say, disciplined, and you did a good job. She's a good girl. If I tell you bullshit, just ignore it. I would have a little straighter so that the right shoulder is free. And if you have this neck very much inside, in our world, then the neck is in front of the right shoulder, but you want, can I say a leading right leg? A leading right leg? Or you want the right leg out, don't they? So, but there's the neck. So it's easier for the horse to take the left shoulder. If you put the neck a little bit straighter, yes, you have the right lead. Oh, she has a good canter. Huh? Oh. She has a better canter than most Spanish horses, I know. This is a real 3-beat. It's a good 3-beat. her tail?
We have a 6-month-old colt that's been chewing on it.
Another horse eat it. Oh yeah. Okay. You can try as long as you have her with your seat that's straight. Put your leg on a little bit more careful. If she runs, soften your leg, come back. Yeah? Put your leg on, soften. Put your leg on, soften. Make yourself comfortable. Relax. If she's running, soften. Good job. And it is easier for the horse to stay in balance as long as you have the neck straight. Yeah? So if the horse gets nervous and runs a little bit, straighten her, half hold, thank you. Half hold, thank you. Your goal would be drop your neck to the side so that the neck helps to carry the weight. The neck is connected when the top line is about on with the side. Hold into the lower ligament. But I think she's a little bit of Ferrari, yeah? A Ferrari or a Lamborghini.
Yes.
A race car. A sports car. Porsche 911 Turbo. Good job. GT3. Good job. I love this canter. So, Miller, when I see this canter, I see a classical riding horse and not so much a quarter horse or a western horse. Good. Good. We have a club in Germany. Their goal is save Mustangs from slaughter and shooting and so on. So they import these guys. But no, I never saw, the horses I know, they are smaller, they have less quality in movements, they have solid bones. Good job, beautiful. This is a really good canter. Good girl. So you bring her to trot just by release. Yes, beautiful. Goes to trot a little bit. Lengthen strides for a moment. I know that I probably wouldn't do this, but try to get her a little bit more forward. With your leg. Your leg energizes, the seat modifies, the hands verify. So if the neck is low, stay forward with your hands, and then energize the haunches a little bit with your lower leg. So it's nothing else than a framing. You're going to lengthen, stop. Yes. Now center a little bit. Go a little bit more. Yeah, so we modify the gait. Yeah, from a nice little warm-up trot into a working trot, into a medium trot, in an extended trot, into a piaffe, into a passage. And if you want to go classical, the change working trot or your slow, nice, relaxed trot into a more active trot would be one element. Yeah? You would go for more energy into the strides. Good. She starts to swing now. Here's rhythm. Can you see? Here's rhythm now. Rhythm came. Good job. Here's rhythm. Now you can start to drive carefully, which is a soft swing into the motion. Your butt swings a tiny little bit. When you sit down, you tell the lady, hey, go to my contact, go there. The center to the soft hand. Good, good, good. The leg energizes, the seat modifies, the hands verify. So you communicate, go to the diagonal, towards the bells, lengthen strides a little bit. if you can do more, she's not nervous and running, go for more. There's no limit. Now you can say, you don't want her to run, to just speed and run away from your seat. But as long as she's so nice on the seat, this is what you can. You use this to lengthen the strides. You go for a little bit more ground covering steps. Yes, straighten her between your legs. Good, very nice. And go again. And go again. And go again. And go again. Good. Have soft legs on, frame her. Have your horse with your soft lower leg. Look at it. Good. Good. You can go follow the wall or the fence or down to the side and lengthen strides. Straight and you only have one aid to get a longer step, to make the horse reach under with the haunches. This is your lower leg. You have to go. Good job. Good job. Good job. Have her straight outside. Very nice. Go a little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Extra go. Extra go. Yes. Yes. Good rhythm. Still good. She's not running. Energize. Energize. There go. There go. Good. The leg has to fall out of the withers. Good job. Look at this. Yeah, very nice. Put your legs on. Good. Good, good. Yes. Yes. Good turn. And feel free to change direction whenever you feel. This is what I would call working trot. Yeah? This would be a nice active working trot. From this, you develop a medium trot and an extended trot. Yes, and you energize the horse with your legs. You can underline this a little bit with your seat, but in this wrong idea of dressage we have at the moment. It is. Wait a second. In this wrong world, people would push horses, but thank God you as a person from the Western world, you would never push a horse forward, but you would swing your horse forward. Yeah? It's more a swing, and your lower leg. So I would say, if you want to hear my comment on this horse, congratulations. I love it. I'm not sure if Buck Brennan would say the same, because she has a little bit more movement. I guess they would like a flatter movement and less back. But you can sit it anyhow, so you wouldn't care. You love this horse, beautiful horse, and you can. But this horse could learn a piaffe, yeah? And look at this beautiful movement. Now you can walk behind your camel. Now you can make her reach. And now you can tell her, hey, reach out, step. Nice forward step. You can energize. Make it go. Beautiful. Very good. Yeah. If I can imagine that it is not so easy for you to make a decision. When I see the whole package, I see that you love this style and this world. Yeah, this is beautiful. Everything is matching. You are a lady. Yeah? From the reins to the saddle to the whatever. Yeah. But of course, the other world is fun too. So, I am sure I can organize something for you. I give Jochen Schlese a call that we need a nice dressage saddle, but The problem is the dressage saddles. I would say 85% of the saddles are crippled things, horribly built, adjusted to riders who hang on the mouth. You should try, if you go for a dressage saddle, get an older one first, a cheap one you can just to try, and get one with a flat seat. The modern saddles have such a deep seat, you cannot find your own balance. This puts you, I call them butt for the prison. And then they have these horrible knee rolls. Your thigh is blocked. Your hip joint is blocked. You feel like prepared on the electric chair, you know, ready to go. This is just, yeah. So get an old Passier or something with almost no knee roll, with a flat seat. And in Germany you could get one for $300. Good looking saddle. You have to go to the bath. You'll have to go home, I guess. Coach?
My recruiter called, and out of the blue, Microsoft wants to interview me tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm in between jobs right now. Well, we'll see. I mean, Microsoft. Because money to pay for it. But thank you very much. Some good ideas.
I like that you are patient with your horse. You're very good.
I have an older one too. I have a 20-year-old, so I practice my riding and my body and the fixes I need to make, like being collapsed over.
Take your time for the
And then I want to take my time
further.
next year. He'll be ready then.
Okay. Are there any questions left? I think this is what I could. I'm the wrong guy to teach you in the Western style. I just don't know enough. But I can tell you one thing. This is a horse. If I had this horse, I would put an English saddle on it. Maybe you go for, ask Amber if she has a multi-purpose saddle or something, so that you can stay with a little bit shorter stirrups. And my goal would be straighten your horse, put your legs up, then develop walk toward canter in a nice relaxed attitude. This horse, even with a western saddle, she starts to drop the neck. So she will be calmer. If the dressage or multi-purpose saddle fits, she will be calmer because her loin is free. Yeah? The saddle goes out of her back earlier. The stress point of a western saddle is pressure to the loin. Yeah? When you have the swinging back, I saw cutting horses, they turn crazy. We put a second pad under the saddle, cut the old pad off. This last part of the western saddle was off the back, and the horse was gone immediately. Yeah? But she is not stressed by the saddle. She almost falls asleep. Look at her, she's glad. You're a young lady. Try out. Yeah? Take a nice snaffle bit, a Springer, one broken, not a double broken, a single broken, a little bit dynamic. And 14 millimeter. Nice soft bit. This bit is a bit horses love. They love to take it. And you have a good hand, you have a wonderful hand. There's no reason why the horse should not take the bit. What you can do, ride her like this, and just put the bit in. Yeah?
Just let
Second,
her carry it.
just that she carries it without a rein. You ride her like you ride her now, and you ride her 5-6 times just with a bit in her mouth. And then when you have to feel, oh, it's okay for her, she's just then ride her like this and put an additional pair of reins on, so that you can touch the bit a little bit, and you have 4 reins, and you can play with this a little bit. You can stay off it. You can offer the bit. You can go, and so you get a feel how she reacts to it.
Okay.
Because you have the big advantage that the horse is very well trained and ridden to the bullsaw. So this is how I would do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Beautiful, nice horse. And when I come back, we do a little bit dressage.
steel.
Yes. Well,
Oh,
I
yeah,
s-
it's all wired up in here for a second.
in Kalispell, I had. Do you remember this story? I had a cowboy. He showed up with one of these
Yeah.
Western horses, a really Western trained cattle horse, a real cowboy, not a fake cowboy. And he showed up and he stood in front of me and he said, "I'm a cowboy. I want to learn dressage." Okay. We have to go for a contact. And this horse, after 45 minutes, started to trot in rhythm. The dressage ladies in the tribune were saying, I explained him, you soften, you take your contact, and then